First rule of Miyagi-Do karate. Karate is for defense only.
You can't keep up this defense-only forever.
Good thing I don't have to.
Daniel's fighting style is economical. It's the Goju-Ryu, classic Okinawan style, Miyagi karate. Fighting always last, answer the problem, get yourself out of a situation for defense only, although he's infused some offense, certainly over the seasons of Cobra Kai.
And a strike before the hit gets to you.
Isn't this a blocking exercise?
No! That's it, attack!
It's go to the point, it's get out of the way. It's more filtering what the situation is and figuring it out at that time.
Okinawan martial arts is what I study. I studied this back since 1988. So it's something I'm very familiar with. And so I just really incorporated a lot of things that I grew up with in the Miyagi universe.
Show me wax on, wax off. Hey! Hey! Thanks!
After years of just doing it, this is just something that Ralph's like, it's not something he knows, it's something he does. This is part of him.
He's the technical one. He's the one that's very, very, very detail-oriented, as he would with Miyagi. But just as a person in real life, he really is detailed. He's not going to try to sneak something in. He has his repertoire, he has his weapons that he uses, and he sticks to that. He'll only step out of that box really like if he has to, like in the season 3 fight when I tackled him through the window. And he's kind of have to get out of his roots of Miyagi, but no, he sticks to the path that he knows, and he's really, 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 really traditional.
Just incorporating his movements, using his like Shuto movements, his stances. He loves doing cat stances and just really building a base.
And plenty of kata, which is a big thing. Not necessarily in a fight, you wonder how you use that, but it's really, working on the forms. And I really have learned that during the Cobra Kai series more so than when I made the Karate Kid films, how important it is to have that framing and those stances and the shifting of weight and whatever, it's a cat stance or a horse stance. And so I've gotten better at that. And sometimes even when we're filming, that's what I'll focus on. Because I can't at this point in my life do some of the stuff I used to do as easily, that's for sure. So I work on that framing and that positioning and getting that block that just looks traditional, classic, right, and then we build off of that. The stunt team on this show, I don't have enough accolades for. Having that team around me is extraordinary. Don Lee, the fight coordinator, and Ken Bearfield, our stunt coordinator, Craig Henderson, my stunt double. These guys are an extension of myself. They are more thoughtful than I am, and I consider myself a decently thoughtful guy. They look out for me more than I look out for myself, and I am a pretty cautious guy. So that goes to speak to how much they care, how we all look in the show, and it's really evident on the screen. And with the amount of time we have to do what they achieve, I mean, I only wish the world knew how little time we have for what is produced in this show. It is quite extraordinary. There should be a separate award category for that.
All right, Grandpa. Let's do it.
Your grandpa know how to move like that, huh?
Every time we have like a fight scene, the regiment is just finding what is that story point, what is the breadth in this scene, how are we going to incorporate the Miyagi performance in this. It's fun being able to rap with Ralph about this. He's so great to work with, and he just has his ideas, and we show him a version, and then he kind of just puts his Ralph sprinkles on there and says, hey, this is what I feel really good doing this, and we perform it, we rehearse it, we build something at Tai Chi speed, and then we end up doing that performance speed. So we feel it through the body, and then we go through the performance of it.
Fight!
They make this such a joy, and I know for them, they grew up with this. They grew up with these characters, this movie, so it is more than a job. That is evident with the work they put in, and that's why it works, because everyone cares. After I was finished with the Karate Kids in the late 80s, I was like, well, there are probably other sports I could do that hurt less. I was, just a little bit younger and maybe not as wise, dare I say, but now I haven't, incorporated the kata in my workouts, but, I think for your body and mind and soul, I think it's fantastic. It's movement. As I get older, that's super important from a health aspect.
Miyagi-Do is not about fighting. You know what Mr. Miyagi said was the best defense in all of karate?
High outside block against an axe kick? Don't be there?
That's been, beyond for me. Taking this character that I feel, I've walked in the shoes of for decades on end, and figuring out a way in this Cobra Kai world and the construct of this show and the old classic Miyagi different but same from the original Karate Kid film pertains in Cobra Kai, because Johnny and Daniel are different but same.
Nice work, LaRusso. Way to assert your dominance.
Where the hell were you?
No be there.
That's been a joy to discover that. I foresee it not going away from me. Nor will this character.
This is where Miyagi-Do ends.
Miyagi-Do existed before any of us. It'll be around long after we're gone. The roots are strong, so the tree will survive.
Daniel is really, really traditional style, really, really detail-oriented.
We kind of just took his style and his natural ability and techniques and just every season tried to elevate it.
He's a pretty amazing guy, Daniel LaRusso, and a beloved character, so it's kind of awesome.
These are your best karate still inside you. Now time, let out.